could you fix your eye? It's all closed.
It's fixed.
Thanks. I get a little freaked out.
Makes him nervous.
Yeah.
It was the only time that happened today, so that's moving up.
Every time that you have your earphone, it closes the skin over his eye. I'm always like, uh-oh, Tom Rhodes is in trouble. Because there's certain parts across his eyes, he reminds me of Tom Rhodes.
That's weird.
I've never really thought of that before.
No one does.
Makes sense, though.
Yeah. And then his mouth looks like a big mouth bass. Or the Shanghai hooker who ended up blowing 400 guys one night.
Oh.
I don't want hooker mouth. It's the last thing I want.
That could be your new online name.
Hooker mouth.
Yeah. Hooker Mouth Peterson.
HMP.
Hooker Mouth 82. That's your new name.
You have not, I was talking with Don, you haven't told him about your operation.
No.
What keeps you from sharing?
I have a hard time sharing anything, really.
You're a private guy.
Yes, very much so.
But you can't do that.
No, I'm going to go over with Don. Don's up here today. I'm going to go over all of my maladies with him.
Yeah, I wish you would do that. You
I
know
really
what?
am.
Here's the other thing. You and Don, you need to...
I want to bro down with Don. That's what I should be doing. But yeah, I'll give him the laundry list. And I'll give him the background, too. Because this whole thing is falling apart on me. I'm talking about my body.
And by thing, I mean my body.
This sounded like the beginning of some weird Disney movie that they would have him. Seems like things started going wrong with my body. Well, that old bear wasn't going to let that hound dog get that block of cheese. Seems like that centaur was ready to come down out of the mountains and start living life.
Finally. As opposed to just, I don't know where centaurs live. I'm guessing in mountain towns and where they scavenge for food. At least that's what Greek
They seem like scavengers, I would say.
Yeah, they don't have a society. It's not like they're, they have fucking homes, I would think. They are animals.
They've got to be hunters. They've got bows, right?
In some pictures, yes, centaurs do have bows.
They have bows and arrows, not just the bow. You need both.
Yeah, otherwise you're just I guess, going to try to strangle people with it. Doesn't make any sense. The Greek mythology was all over the fucking place.
Oh, now I feel bad. Ezra tried to call to give us more information
What
on
happened?
I don't know. He just said I tried to call.
Call back, Ezra.
Ezra.
Give it a go.
We don't think that we're better than Ezra. What?
It's funny because
What?
name of band.
I will tell you this. We are less than Jake.
Definitely less than
God,
Jake.
yeah.
This is the old dude, Howard J. Reynolds, and you're listening to Less Than Jake.
See, you gotta go toe to toe with that Jay Moore. You gotta be ready for the obscure.
These are some pretty obscure references.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. He did Dog Day Afternoon, even though that was done in 1974. It's still a movie people know. I love that movie.
Classic. Fucking classic.
I really just did the opening to Losing Streak, Less Than Jake.
I have no problem. I have no problem with that.
Shot in Sheepshead Bay. That's where it was shot.
What the hell? Yeah, Sheepshead Bay is right there on the water, right?
Yeah.
That whole... Now, is that considered East New York?
No, not South Brooklyn.
No.
That's South.
Yeah, it's South Brooklyn, yeah.
And you move over. What's the arrangement in East New York now? Is it still a rough place?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's getting less. It's getting smaller. Like Bushwick used to be bad, but now it's fine. And now you're going a little more east. It's still shitty. Like parts of Flatbush Avenue were bad.
You got to watch 175 or the 75. They were saying that these cops would come on, and they would be 200 calls behind. 200 calls of rape, murder stuff, that they would go be solving something, right? And they would hear shots behind them like about 50 yards away and just like, okay, we better check that out too.
To wrap this one up. Oh my God.
You can't believe that was America.
No. I can't. I mean, I kind of remember when it was like in the early 90s when it was still a little shitty, but even like that, I can't imagine where it's just constant just shootings all the goddamn time.
It was crack. It was 80s crack.
Smoking
Changed
that
everything, yeah.
That crack.
Smoking that crack rock.
You think it makes you feel good? You think everyone would be happier?
Tom Hardy said this. He's the Bane, right?
He's Bane.
He's Bane.
And everybody loves him now. He said that he was so bad on the crack rock that he would have sold his mother. He said he would literally have sold his mother for just one more hit off that glass dick.
His mother?
His own mother.
I had no idea he loved that rock so much.
His mom actually said this. Tom,
come on.
Tom.
And then by sold, he means he's offering her sexually.
Anyway.
That's what sold.
Or just here, take this woman, give me that giant crack rock.
Take this woman, all of you.
Take this, all of you.
You're probably wondering why I offered my mother some crack instead of offering my own ass.
That was actually pretty good.
Thanks.
Had you ever done a Bane before?
I messed around with a little Bane in the past. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, who couldn't?
I've never
I fucked
tried.
around with some Bane. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me see if I could try it. Hi, I'm Bane, everybody.
I can't do it.
Oh, gee whiz. I'm never going to be able to do Bane.
No one cared who I was before I smoked the crack.
Scary.
I never saw Tom Hardy as a crack smoker. Makes me kind of like him more now.
Well, I don't think any of us see anybody as a crack smoker. But once you get into it, you very much look like a crack smoker.
Yeah. It's like that guy looks like he's hitting the pipe.
Crack is the one drug where it's just like, oh yeah, I've done drugs. Oh yeah, me too. And then someone says crack, and you're like, oh boy.
No, I never had that kind of self-worth.
Oh, I thought we meant weed.
Every drug but that.
Yeah.
It is true.
Yeah.
There was no point in any of my darkest times where I would have thought, oh, I'll smoke some crack with you.
Yeah.
Mainly out of a racist attitude.
Right.
Of it's something that white people didn't do.
Yeah.
And although that sounds terrible, perhaps it saved me from death.
Racism saved you.
Yeah. Again. So many times.
Racism, is there anything you can't do?
I guess bring the races together.
Man, we just moved it around the room here. We just moved it around the room.
That's how we do.
I think that you could race, you could put race on a lot of drugs. Like, I will say this, I never ran into a lot of black people who did meth. White country people love meth.
I never associate like a black guy with doing meth, ever.
Ever.
It's just a crazy redneck, I would think.
Right.
If the stereotype of the meth user would pop in the head. Angel dust, I feel like almost like a Spanish, like a
Yeah.
Mexican guy.
It's a Mexican
It was
drug.
very white in my neighborhood. It actually crossed a lot of bounds. But it's funny that you would say Mexicans or Hispanic on angel dust.
Maybe that's because of Training Day, because that Mexican guy sold them that angel dust laced fucking pot.
Yeah, that's the thing, where on the East Coast, we smoked dust. On the West Coast, they did dip, where they would actually dip a cigarette into that chemical.
Formaldehyde.
And then, yeah.
Say formaldehyde.
Oh, that's what dip is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dip.
You certainly don't want it to be formaldehyde, dude. That's very fucking dangerous. And I believe that. I think you could go to Snopes and find out that's not something you'd want to do.
Wait, so I want to go crazy for a little while.
Heroin. What do you think?
White guy. Like a white
A
man.
lot
Yeah.
of black dudes did heroin, though.
Yeah.
But it
Lot of
feels
black
white.
dudes.
Skinny and white, it feels.
But black guys did it first. That the guys who started doing heroin were the guys who were adapting the African American culture of that time. It was a jazz musician thing,
And then
And I'm
white,
talking way back,
Right.
20s, 30s, 40s. Those fucking guys were shooting dope.
and just like Whitey's taking jazz, they've taken heroin.
They take everything good.
Yeah, they do. That, like this country and the moon. I remember on the moon there was no white people up there.
Wow.
But they
Now-
all come in
It's all white.
with their flags, their landing spacecraft.
There's space garbage. Leaving shit up here.
Do you know that one of the guys who went to the moon, it was like one of the last guys, when he left, he wrote his daughter's, I believe, name or initials in the moon. and it's still there in the exact same condition. It never, that could stay there because there's no
wind.
There's no wind, there's no atmospheric conditions that'll stay there eternally. There's some woman who still has her name or initials, I think, written on the moon.
I hope she appreciates that. I hope that she has her fucking name.
It's a beautiful story, and you've got to make it negative.
You make everything fucking negative because you're a terrible person.
I'm just saying, I hope she knows how great that is.
He reminds me of this. As a kid, if he got to go to Disneyland after a week, he'd be like, I can't believe we're leaving already. Or here's the rides I didn't get to go on. There's no way for you to look at a situation and enjoy it.
Everything is a 1,000-pound club to you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If she didn't write it herself, then it doesn't count.
Big
does it?
whoop. Great. Your fucking name's etched into some rock somewhere.
Sad. I'm sad for him. You're right. The 1,000-pound club proved that he took something that somebody was happy about. And he not only turned it into a negative, but he enraged himself.
Yeah, he really got himself worked up there.
I believe he caused cancer cells to bubble up in his own system. All right, Ezra is calling about this crazy
Yay.
blood thing. Hey, Ezra, how are you?
Buddies, how are you?
What do you say, buddy?
Hey, I am O positive, and I cannot stand any kind of melon. I've tried for years. I've heard people rave about melons, just like you, Gail, and I would try and try and try. Couldn't figure out why I couldn't stand it. Someone just approached me one day and said, hey, are you O positive? I was like, yes. By golly, I am. And then they told me there is a such thing as called eating for your blood type. People who are O positive cannot eat melons of any kind.
So why do we try to feed children all the same kind of things?
We should be going
Because
by our
no one
blood
really
type. This
knows.
is amazing to me. This is blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, if you just look it up online called Eat for Your Blood Type, there are a whole bunch of things that will tell you why you feel what you feel when you eat.
I'm looking at Stanley's, and it says jism.
Oh, there you go. Eat up.
I'm not. I don't care how badly my blood's doing. I'm not eating any jism.
See, turns
Yeah.
everything negative.
Iron
You should
belly
just
engine.
eat it and
That's
enjoy it.
exactly
It's
what
good
Did
for
you
you.
find this, Chris?
Yeah, I'm looking.
I know you're looking. That's not finding it.
Now, I think what's incredible is it's not like, oh, I eat melons, my blood type it's bad for me. It's almost like my body is telling me, you don't need this.
It rejects.
Yeah.
It rejects.
So
That's
the
exactly
flavor
what it
to me
is.
is not good for a reason.
Because your blood has a certain either level of iron or whatever component that rejects that thing in those melons.
So it's
However,
not up to
they
you.
will
It's not
also
your
Yeah.
tell
thing.
you-
Look how happy and proud you are.
I just feel great about it because you don't understand. I've been ridiculed my whole life, and in fact, was told by a family member, "You're not a Bennington if you don't like watermelon."
Why are you going to always run down my parents? Now, here's the thing. What makes me
then
happy
you'll
about
also see
this is
there are a
if
bunch
something
of other
happens to
things
you, I know where to go for fresh blood. I'm going to be draining Ezra.
Yeah, I found the list of what is good and what is bad for
I-
the O blood type.
All right, give things that O blood type doesn't like.
All right,
All right,
coconuts
but
and coconut-containing products.
You love coconut.
Yeah, I'm okay with it, but go on.
Melons, cantaloupe, honeydew.
Disgusting.
Oranges, tangerines, strawberries, blackberries, rhubarb.
She
I
loves
like all
that.
these fruits.
You hit one thing, melon.
Ketchup, pickles, mayonnaise, relish.
Delicious. That sounds like
condiments.
I need a condiment. What am I going to have, a dry burger?
All right,
I'm allergic to condiments.
bacon, ham, goose, and pork.
I like all of these things.
Barracuda. I don't
No,
know.
you know I love barracuda.
Octopus, caviar.
Barracuda.
Corn oil, peanut oil.
Did you just say octopus?
Octopus is on
No,
here.
I
my
liked
God, you tried to
it.
force it on Don.
I know.
Conch.
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 Idiot.
It's fucking CH. That was the soft CH. It's a hard.
Just relax. See what else is on the lonk menu. You missed the
Cashew.
fucking joke completely, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
It's a lunch menu,
Yeah.
but I said lonk because you fucking said conch.
Conch. Conch.
I do like conch.
You know what?
Please don't isolate that.
Please, let me just say this. In Key West, he would have already been beaten up and thrown out. Mm-hmm. You have any conch?
Conch.
Gluten's bad for the O blood type.
I believe that. I probably should.
Every human's supposed to give up glutens now.
Fuck that. They'll have to drag it out of me. They'll have to drag the gluten out of me.
Guess what?
Bread and beer.
They're already taking out your shoulder and your knee because you won't listen.
You should have listened.
Shiitake mushrooms.
I don't like those.
Alfalfa sprouts. Alfalfa sprouts. Alfalfa sprouts. What's wrong with that?
That's fine. It's what you said that made you retarded.
I'm not retarded.
You just said alfalfa.
It was a mistake. Alfalfa sprouts. Fermented olives.
Fuck.
I like how he likes to keep going. Dude, when you have a stupid punchline like that, sit back, relax, let them fucking just enjoy themselves. Let them laugh at you and your melted skin eye.
Move that back.
Alfalfa sprouts. And conch.
Conch.
Ready a conch.
I learned today that's conch.
Ma'am, I was here to pick up some conch. Hey, look at me. I like alfalfa sprouts and conch.
I'm really setting myself up. If I ever say anything incorrectly, he's just gonna dive on me.
He's just gonna punch you.
What's funny now, huh?
You like that, bitch?
You fucking bitch. Whoa.
Easy, dude.
You put the boots to me every day. Today's the day for you, bitch. Yikes.
Chris,
Yes.
what you're doing is borderline assault.
You shouldn't have done that to me.
That's Stanley in the future.
I've never called you the B word.
Or C word.
No.
We did say that you do suck D word.
I do not suck D's.
These
Nuts.
These nuts.
You also give J's with your H. That's what I've heard.
No, I do not.
Yes, you do.
Rumors, hearsay, lies.
You use your H's to give everyone J's.
Can I J you? I'll use my H.
You got a dick, right?
Oh, God.
You're supposed to say
Get the
D.
dick blood.
It's supposed to be D.
Yeah.
You got a D, right?
We're all sitting here doing this bit. You drop it, trying to get as disgusting as possible. Oh, let me take some of that ball skin off of you.
God.
Why do you love ball skin so much?
I don't.
When Thanksgiving and there's turkey, he goes, "Can I have the skin? The ball skin."
It's turkey balls, right?
Oh, Santa people. Look.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
now that Gail, this basically looks like a crime picture. Like somebody come in and shot her. It was just like a weird photo. She's half on the table,
fucking
on the chair.
falling off.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Yes. That's it for 1973.
We're done with it.
Yeah, last show of 1973. But we will see you all again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good